We're going to make beef and ale pies, which is something we sell. And so as you can see, we've got 4 saute pans on at the moment. We're just going to add a touch of oil, not too much. You don't want to deep fry the beef, because that's the first job, is just to colour the beef. I already have some beef that I prepped up earlier here. You don't need to use this sort of quality at home. Good quality stewing steak at home is perfectly reasonable. We're going to add a bit of beef to each pan. Now, you don't want to put a load of beef into one pan, because you'll end up steaming it as opposed to browning it and frying it. So if your pan is hot enough, this process shouldn't take too long. Be keeping an eye on it all of the time, and just making sure that you get that nice colour all over on every side of the beef. You see from this pan right here, you've got that colour pretty much all over. We'll just finish that piece off there and there. But it's this sort of colour that you're looking for on your beef. That pan finished. So what you need to do, even though you've got no more beef to cook off, keep the pans that you've coloured the meat in. So what we're looking to do now is all that flavour that's left over in the pan from the meat and the sugars, we're going to pop a pint of beer into each. Now, in your case at home, obviously you're only going to be doing a small amount, but I think where a lot of people go wrong with making this just a simple beef and ale pie is they don't use enough ale, in my opinion. This is an India Pale Ale, and the reason I use this is because it's not too hoppy, it's not too strong, but it's still got that nice beer flavour. We're going to reduce that to about half. That will not take very long when you're using sort of a wide-base pan like this. It'll be much quicker than you think. Just every now and then, if you just lift it off, allow the bubbles to die, you can see how much beer is left in the pan far more accurately. We'll just pop all of those to one side. So we've got probably 500 grams of chopped onion here, not too fine, doesn't need to be particularly fine for this dish. And we're just going to lightly fry those off. Roughly chopped mushroom, straight in. Again, doing it at home, about a quarter of that. Now the thing with the mushroom, not to cut it up too small. And then into that, we're going to add our brown meat. So this is just normal concentrate, tomato concentrate. And for this, we're going to add a good load, so don't be shy with it. The reason for that is it almost forms like a roux around the meat, and that is what will help the sauce thicken. And then into that, we're going to add all of our beer. So you can see now how much beer you've got in the pan as opposed to meat, so it's basically just coming to the top of the meat. So at that stage, we're going to add just normal water to approximately double the quantity. So at home, possibly 3 pints of water after you've put, say, 3 pints or 2 pints of reduced beer. Just pop that in there, and then that is now just going to sit on the stove and cook out slowly for a good hour and a half. So the mix is now finished. Roll out a little bit of puff pastry just to cover the shape of the bowl, put it into the oven, 180 degrees, let that rise till golden and crispy, and your pie is finished.